witch.
All of us, and the name of the mini theater is the story of Hensel and Gretel. Who are Hensel and Gretel? Anyone knows? Okay, it's a story about brother and sister, okay, and a witch. So
sold his wood to earn enough money for his family to eat, but times were hard and food expensive. And one day it happened that the woodcutter could afford no more than a single loaf of bread. That evening, the woodcutter's wife watched the children sleep. Her husband, who loved the children more than he loved even her, had given them the whole loaf to eat. This angered the woman, for they were not her children, and she did not wish to share her food with them.
There is only one thing to be done,
The woodcutter.
One thing I'm going to be done for it. In deep forest, and we will not hungry. I will not hungry much.
clap.
His wife said to herself,
tomorrow I will take the children deep into the forest and leave them there. Then I will no longer have to go hungry.
in the corner of the room, Hansel opened one eye. He had heard his stepmother's words and knew he must do something. Hansel waited until he was sure his stepmother was asleep. Then sneaking out the front door, he collected as many shiny white pebbles as he could find. Soon his pockets overflowed with them. Creeping back into the house, he crawled into bed beside Gretel. The next morning, even before the sun rose, the woodcutter's wife awoke the children.
Come, come. Your father works hard, and today we will let him rest.
Come, come. Your father is tired. We will cut the bridges and he will come back. We will bring bridges home.
We will go and cut the wood ourselves.
Leaving the father behind, Hansel and Gretel followed their stepmother. Hansel waited until he was sure his stepmother was asleep. Then sneaking out the front door, he collected as many shiny white pebbles as he could find. Soon his pockets overflowed with them. Creeping back into the house, he crawled into bed beside Gretel. But times were hard and food expensive. And one day it happened that the woodcutter could afford no more than a single loaf of bread. That evening, the woodcutter's wife watched the children sleep. Her husband, who loved the children more than he loved even her, had given them the whole loaf to eat. This angered the woman, for they were not her children, and she did not wish to share her food with them.
There is only one thing to be done.
The woodcutter's wife said to herself,
Tomorrow, I will take the children.
I want to be left. I went to be the forest. I went to be in forest. Then I will not hungry.
Deep into the forest and leave them there. Then I will no longer have to go hungry.
In the corner of the room, Hansel opened one eye. The sun rose. The woodcutter's wife awoke the children.
Come, come. Your father works hard, and today we will let him rest. We will go and cut the wood ourselves.
We will cut the trees. Then we come with me. We will cut the trees. Then we will come. Your dad is today tired. We will cut the trees. Let's not trees. Let's go.
Leaving their father behind, Hansel and Gretel followed their stepmother out of the house and into the woods. Their stepmother, so focused of the children, did not notice Hansel dropping white pebbles from his pockets.
Now, you wait here.
The woodcutter's wife said when they were deep in the woods.
I will gather the wood and come back for you.
All
I will gather the wood. Then I come for you.
All day, Hansel and Gretel waited, but their stepmother did not return. As the moon rose over the woods, Gretel began to cry.
She has left us, and now she has left us. What should we do? We're sorry. It's just that we're lost.
You wait here.
The woodcutter's wife said when they were deep in the woods.
I will gather the wood.
Hansel just smiled. Taking her hand, he pointed at the stones he had scattered. They glowed in the moonlight, showing the children the way home. All night, the children walked until at last they reached their small cottage. At the sight of Hansel and Gretel, the woodcutter burst into tears, for his wife had told him the children had been eaten by a wolf. Gathering his children to him, he rushed them inside and gave them all the food he had. The next morning, the woodcutter's wife again woke the children early.
Children, your father is tired from worrying about you. Come.
Later, I will gather the wood and come for you.
And come back for you.
All day, Hansel and Gretel waited, but their stepmother did not return. As the moon rose over the woods, Gretel began to cry.
She has left us again. What should we do? She has left us, and now we will never.
Prince and scattered, they glowed in the moonlight, showing the children the way home. All night, the children walked until at last they reached their small cottage. At the sight of Hansel and Gretel, the woodcutter burst into tears, for his wife had told him the children had been eaten by a wolf. Gathering his children to him, he rushed them inside and gave them all the food he had. The next morning, the woodcutter's wife again woke the children early.
Children, you
Today your father is retired. We will cut the tree and we will bring on the tree.
Father is tired from worrying about you. Come, we will cut the wood for him and bring it home.
Hansel and Gretel knew it was a trick, but what choice did they have? As they followed her out the door, Hansel grabbed
We will cut the wood for him and bring it home.
Hansel and Gretel knew it was a trick, but what choice did they have? As they followed her out the door, Hansel grabbed a hard crust of bread left from the night before. Again, the woodcutter's wife led them deep into the woods. And again, Hansel left behind a trail, this time of breadcrumbs.
Now you wait here.
The woodcutter's wife said when they were deep in the wood.
Now you wait here. I will gather the wood I have for you.
I will gather the wood and come back for you.
All day, Hansel and Gretel waited, but their stepmother did not return. As the moon rose over the woods, Gretel began to cry.
She has left us again. What should we do? Left us again. Now we will never find her. Now we'll be never. Oh no, I'm so hungry.
Hansel just smiled.
Don't worry, sister. I left us a trail to go. Don't worry, sister. I left us a trail to follow. Lord.
But when Hansel looked for the trail of breadcrumbs, he found it gone. It had been eaten by all the woodland creatures. Now Gretel began to cry even harder.
She has left us again. What should we do? Oh no, I'm so hungry. What will we do?
When she woke, the old witch hobbled to Hansel's cage, and each morning she spoke the same words.
Point a finger, let me feel if you are fit for my meal, for these eyes no longer see whether thin or fat you be.
But Hansel was clever. Instead of holding out a now chubby finger, he held out a thin bone. Days turned into weeks, and still, the witch did not find Hansel large enough to eat. Then one day, she declared that she had waited long, while Gretel only got bones to gnaw on. Each morning,
You will be when we get some meat and those bones.
on and on the two went, all night and well into the next day. As the sun began to set on them again, they came to a clearing in the woods. In it stood the finest house the two had ever seen. Its walls were made of gingerbread, held together with frosting. Spun sugar of all colours made up the windows, and gumdrops lined the roof. Along the walkway sat the largest peppermint drops the children had ever seen. Hansel grabbed at a window, while Gretel pulled off a chunk of the wall. Into their mouths went pieces of the house, as the children greedily stuffed their cheeks. Then, from inside, there came a voice.
Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who's that? At 9 at my house.
Out of the house came a gnarled-looking old woman. She squinted at the children, as if she could not see them. Startled, Gretel dropped the piece of wall she was holding.
Oh no, oh no. She has led her hungry. I was so hungry. I'm so hungry.
Oh, dear children, why did you not just knock? I have plenty of good food inside. Come, come. I will feed you dinner the likes of which you have never seen.
Now, Hansel and Gretel had been warned to be wary of strangers, but so great was their hunger after 2 days with no food, they rushed forward, True to her word, the woman did serve them the best dinner they had ever seen. Roast mutton with gravy, biscuits dripping with butter, and for dessert, the sweetest apple pie.
Poor children.
She said,
Poor children.
food.
You must be tired. Come, tonight you...
You must be tired. Come.
We'll throw your brother in the pot.
Scared, Gretel did as she was told. When the fire in the oven was as hot as could be, the old witch again turned to her.
Now climb in and test the heat. Let's see if it's right for meat.
Gretel took one step forward and then stopped.
Please?
She said.
I'm not quite sure how. Perhaps you could show me.
The witch growled at Gretel, but moved towards the oven.
Silly child, step aside. I'll show you how to check inside.
The older woman leaned in to check the heat. When she was far enough in the oven, Gretel raced forward and gave her a mighty push. Screaming, the witch tumbled into the flames. Gretel slammed the door shut and pushed it tight with a lock. From inside, she could hear the woman shout as she burned away into ash. Gretel wasted no time. She quickly unlocked Hansel's cage. At last, the two were free of the old witch. Exploring the house, Hansel and Gretel found piles of jewels and coins in every room. Wealth beyond even their wildest imagination. Loading up as much as they could carry, they set off into the forest, determined to find their way home at last. A few days later, they emerged in front of their own cottage. At the front of their door sat their father, weeping. When he saw his children, he began to cry even harder.
Oh, children, how I searched for you. When I...
She shrieked. Startled, Gretel jumped from the bed.
Well, where's Hansel?
Tomorrow, I will help you find your way home.
Grateful, the children followed the woman to a bedroom, and in no time, they were fast asleep. The next morning, Gretel woke to find the woman standing over her.
Get up, you lazy fool.
Get up, you lazy fool. It's my brother.
Give it to my...
It's there.
Fool.
She shrieked. Startled, Gretel jumped from the bed.
Well, where's Hansel?
She stammered. Cackling, the witch pointed her bony finger at a cage in the corner of the room. Hansel sat inside, crying softly to himself.
A tasty morsel he will be when we get some meat on those bones. Now quick, girl, to the kitchen. There is much work to be done if we are to fatten up your brother.
And so it was that day after day. Gretel made the tastiest meals, and day after day, Hansel...
I don't know how to granny you show me.
You silly.
You see?
How I can show you?
I can show you.
And father, weeping. When he saw his children, he began to cry even harder.
Oh, children, how I searched for you. When I learned what your stepmother had done, I banished her from our home. But I thought I'd lost you forever.
The woodcutter listened in wonder as Hansel and Gretel told him of their adventure. Then slowly they pulled the old woman's jewels and coins from their pockets. The woodcutter's eyes grew wide at the sight. Thanks to his children, the family would never go hungry again. And with their stepmother gone, the family lived happily ever after. Family lived happily ever after.